Have you ever looked around and felt like you don't just belong? Like while others are chasing the same things, like status, money, approval, you're quietly longing for something deeper, something truer. This video is for you. Here are 12 signs you're not broken, lost, or behind. You are simply meant to walk a different path, and that might just be the greatest gift of all. Welcome to Healing Voice, where calm meets clarity, a place where your truth is heard and your journey is honored. Every message here is crafted to help you pause, reflect, and return to your inner knowing. Let's get started. Number 1. You think deeply about life. While others are caught up in the day-to-day, you pause to reflect on the bigger questions. Why am I here? What truly matters? You crave meaning more than momentum. You just want to be in the moment, thinking deeply about what is happening. What is the essence of life? Why are you on this planet Earth? For example, you might find yourself staring out a window during a party, wondering why everyone is pretending to be okay. Why they talk about trending topics? You wonder why the world feels so disconnected. This doesn't mean you're antisocial. It means you're wired for depth. And when you engage with life this way, you are not just living. You're listening, observing, and becoming. Number 2, you don't care for social validation. The likes, the shares, the applause, it's never been your currency. You feel drained by superficial approval and would rather be misunderstood than be fake. For instance, you might post something on social media and then delete it. You didn't delete it because it wasn't good, but because the flood of comments feels overwhelming. You start to realize that your peace is worth more than engagement. That also includes not letting social media comments affect your self-worth. You don't need to be liked by the crowd to feel aligned with yourself. You know that a single moment of internal truth is worth more than 1,000 claps from strangers. If this resonates with you, take a moment to subscribe. At Healing Voice, we don't just offer words, we offer shelter for your spirit. Number 3, you're not motivated by what motivates most people. The fast cars, the job titles, or designer labels don't light you up. You trade all of that for freedom, purpose, or simplicity. Let's take for example, while your friends fight for a corporate promotion, you quietly build a small online business or dream of moving on to the countryside. Your ambition isn't gone. It's just directed differently, inward, not upward, rooted, not rushed. You want a life that feels good, not just one that looks good. Number 4, you're comfortable with being alone. You don't just tolerate solitude, you thrive in it. In silence, you hear your clearest thoughts. Let's take for an instance. You've had moments where cancelling plans felt like self-care, not loneliness. You're already preparing to attend an event. The moment you get that text, the event won't be holding. Ooh, you jump into bed and you're so excited and happier for not attending that event. You use alone time to recharge, not to escape. Others may fear being alone. You use your alone time as fuel. And in your quiet moments, you connect more deeply with your own voice, a voice that has been waiting to be heard. You're comfortable with being alone, and that's just fine. Number 5, you've been called too sensitive or too different. Since childhood, You felt things others missed. You noticed the sadness in your teacher's eyes. You cried during commercials. People don't always understand your depth. Let's cite this example. You might have been told to toughen up at work or laughed at for caring too much about strangers. But that's a superpower. Your empathy isn't a weakness, it's a signal. Oh, that emotional sensitivity is not a flaw, it's a finely tuned radar for truth, beauty, and humanity. You're not too sensitive, you're not too different. You're just you, a different being. You're in tune with your inner self. Number 6, you're drawn to unconventional paths. You don't just follow the script, you want to write your own. We love to cite examples to be able to relate our points together. So let's cite this example. You might have dropped out of something prestigious, like a law school, a fancy internship, just because it didn't feel right. And even if people don't get it, well, they shouldn't. You chose your truth over their expectations. You're not afraid to start over because you rather fail being real than succeed by pretending. You rather answer the call of your inner self than adhere to the expectations of societal standards. You're just being you. You're unique in your own way. Number 7, you're more interested in impact than impressing. You don't care about impressing people. You want to help them. You rather be useful than praised. You volunteer behind the scenes instead of chasing spotlight roles. You mentor people without posting it online. This quiet humility is rare and powerful. You understand that real change doesn't need an audience, it just needs intention. Number 8, you often feel out of sync with the world. While others are chasing the weekend, you are reflecting on your soul. While others follow trends, you ask, what's the point? For instance, you've walked into a busy shopping mall and felt physically sick from the noise, the rush, the excess. You long for slow, simple, sacred living. This isn't weakness, it's a call to live differently. Every time the world feels too fast, it reminds you that your peace lives in the quiet spaces. You're not wrong for choosing the quietness, the peacefulness, the calm, the solitude that comes from simple, perfect, natural, minimalist lifestyle. You're just being you. You're not different. Your inner self is much more important and vibrant than the noise out there. Number 9, you value truth over tradition. You don't just follow rules, you question them. You want to know why something matters before accepting it. For example, at family events, you might be the one asking, why do we always do this? Or, does this still make sense today? It's not rebellion, it's alignment. You're not trying to offend, you're trying to awaken, because blind tradition without meaning doesn't feed your soul. You don't just understand the conventional things people do in the name of traditions and culture. You like to question. You want to know why it isn't feeding your inner soul. It isn't feeding your spirit. And that's okay. Number 10, you're spiritually aware even if you're not religious. You feel connected to something bigger than yourself, whether it's God, the universe, or simply love. You sense there is more to life than meets the eye. For example, you might have felt divine peace in nature or gotten clarity in a dream that felt sacred. You might not have the words for it, but you know it's real. And that quiet connection to something higher, that's your guidance system, your inner compass. Be in tune with it. Don't let it go. You're just being you, and that's what matters. Number 11, you're willing to let go of the norm. You don't cling to what's expected. You rather live simply and authentically than live up to societal's checklists. For instance, you've considered tiny home living, slow travel, or minimalist parenting, not because it's trendy, but because it aligns with your values. You're willing to disappoint others to stay true to yourself. That takes courage. That is strength. Go for it. Number 12, you've always felt a gentle pull towards something else. Even if you can't fully describe it, there's always been a whisper in your soul, a talk that says, there's more for you. For instance, you might have stayed in jobs, relationships, or cities that looked good, but always felt restless. That quiet discontent isn't failure. It's your compass. It is pointing you towards your path. You are being led, even if it doesn't make sense yet. So, if you've related to these signs, you're not alone. More importantly, you are not lost. You are awakening. You weren't made to walk the crowded road. You were made to blaze your own. Let that truth settle in. Today, I want you to know that every great journey begins with a single moment of realization, and this just might be yours. The world needs people like you, people who question, who feel deeply, who seek purpose beyond the surface. It's not always an easy path, but it's a meaningful one. You're not here to fit in. You're here to stand out, grow out your roots, and bloom where others fear to plant. So trust your journey, even when the road is unclear. We've discussed the 12 signs. So, which of these signs felt the most true for you? And how have you responded so far to it? Let me know in the comments. I read every word, and your story might just be the light someone else needs today. I'm sending you love always.